Okay.
Okay. Hello, this is John Wilbur and our weekly Facebook Live event. We're very excited today to have some of our friends from the Folds of Honor organization here today to tell you a little bit more about what they do, what the organization is all about, and our relationship with Folds of Honor. I'm going to be here just for a couple of minutes to just introduce them. This is Ben Leslie and Rachael Chapman. But first and foremost, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about why we have an arrangement and why we're in partnership with Folds of Honor. First of all, and they'll tell you more detail, but Folds of Honor is an organization that supports our military veterans and their family with educational scholarships. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of stories for you. For us, it's just a great way for us to give back to the military since they're our largest customer and partner in our business. And as many of you have seen, not only we have a multi-year national partnership sponsorship agreement with Folds of Honor, and that's going to provide up to 5 scholarships every year for deserving family members and veterans. So we're really happy about that. We're also really pleased as a side benefit that every one of our trucks, I'm not sure if we're done yet, but every one of our trucks is going to have a Folds of Honor logo on both sides of the truck, which will be great when we pull into, as we are now, pulling into military facilities every single day. I've already got feedback from the military on how cool it is to see our trucks with their logo on it, and our drivers. Many of you have already responded to us in many ways, just how proud you are to have us associated with their organization. And then you've all probably seen the one truck that we have wrapped entirely in Folds of Honor logos and pictures. And I know I'm going to get the questions. I'll answer. Yeah, we're going to do more of those. We don't know how many or exactly when yet, but there'll be more of those coming out. We're not going to be able to do the whole fleet in those as much as we'd like to, but we've had great success. We got the 2 Kens running in the first one of that right now, and it's really cool. So I'll leave you with that, but I'd just like to say for us it was really a no-brainer to partner with this organization. As I said, we serve the military every day. We support the warfighter supply chain. So to be able to do something that also supports their family, supports an organization that is very efficient with contributions and what you do for all the deserving veterans and their families. It's a great fit. So we're really proud. Thanks for you guys coming out here today in our studio to tell everybody a little bit more about it. But I just like to say to everybody out there, as you do every week, if you've got questions for these guys, they're going to tell you more detail about the organization and what they do. But if you've got any questions, Riley will take them, feed them to these guys, and then they'll be happy to answer any questions. Just don't make them anything about our business or anything like that, because I'm leaving.
I'll answer.
Go. You probably know more than I do. So anyway, thanks everybody. See you later, and thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate
Thanks a lot,
it.
Rachel. We'll see you later.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Appreciate it. My name's Ben Leslie, and I'm with Folds of Honor from Wausau, Oklahoma. And most people, this is Rachael here in Arizona, most people, they want to know how we started and what we do, and we believe the story of our origins is very impactful and almost godly. And it took place in 2007 when our CEO and founder, Major Dan Rooney, was on a flight from Chicago to Michigan, and was on a unique circumstance and situation where a brother of a fallen serviceman was carrying and bringing his remains back to his family. And Major Rooney observed what a lot of us have in airports and on commercial flights, a flag-draped coffin coming down a cargo hold, and a family member or a family accepting it. And Dan stayed on that flight and watched that experience very emotionally. And after midnight, when everybody's in a rush and ready to go home, and he stayed on the flight, he watched it, and he'd been in war. Dan's a decorated Air Force F-16 pilot, and seen a lot of war and bad moments, but never had seen that side of war when the families are there, and something you don't ever want to be a part of. But he took it upon himself to watch it and soak it in. The pilot asked everyone to remain in their seats and observe this. Dan got up, looked back, and half the plane had left. And could care less about what the sacrifice this person made for our country. and what was going through the family when they were receiving the money. And called his wife Jackie that night and said, "This is unbelievable. We have to do something for this specific family." And they did. They took courage and they acted on that what they wanted to do. They held a golf tournament in Grand Haven, Michigan, to benefit this Buckland family whose father had passed away. And this band of brothers, this original group of patriots, held a golf scramble and raised $8,513 to help this family. And they didn't know, they just wanted to give them the money and help them for food or mortgage or car payments, grieving, counseling, or education. And they did that, and it felt very good, just how it feels when you help somebody else. And Major Rooney took it upon himself to say, this is a great idea. There's a ton of families that need assistance, educational families, military families that need educational assistance, the dependents of military that have been disabled or killed in action. And he cold called the PGA of America, and Brian Whitcomb took his phone call, and Major Rooney and his wife Jackie had an idea in the game of golf to have a golf tournament across the country at golf facilities to benefit military families. And Brian Whitcomb said, yes, let's do this. So Dan and his wife came up with the idea of Patriot Golf Day, where you can contribute $1 to your round of golf over Labor Day weekend, and all that money goes to help the spouses, widows, and kids of servicemen and women who've been disabled or killed in action. And that was in August of '07. The first year they raised about $1 million out the gate, which was an unbelievable surprise, pleasant surprise of how many people wanted to support the cause. And ever since then, it's been a faithful journey and act of God of the success of Folds of Honor. A lot of people are helping. That first year, we raised $1 million. Last year, or let's just say this fall, we're gonna deploy a little bit over $25 million to about 4,500 to 5,000 kids to pursue their educational dreams. And we're here, Roadmaster, with a group to share our story, so other people know about us and what we do and who we help and how you can help us. And we're in Arizona at headquarters, but Folds of Honor is a national organization. We keep up with the impacts that we have in cities and states. And in Arizona, for example, we've got 55 recipients we know going to school right now, about $260,000 of support. And we keep up with all that. People always want to know. We have partners across the country. We still do Patriot Golf Day, and so we still like everyone to go golf and look at the website and find facilities that support us. But we do other stuff. We have corporate partners, and as you're driving around and working, you'll see Folds of Honor stuff, and with Anheuser-Busch, and we've got our own beer, the Discovery Reserve, out right now with our logo on the casing, and all the sales benefit us. I'm sure you guys need fuel and snacks and refreshment. Quick Trip convenience stores. They're headquartered in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but Quick Trip supports us very largely, in Rite Aid pharmacies, just to name a few. And again, like John said, it's kind of unique. We have one other company doing this in Dallas that put our logo on trailers and the tractor. And it's very special for Folds of Honor to have that exposure, because it helps us get the word out, obviously, but it helps us locate and educate military families that need assistance that otherwise didn't know about it. And it also helps us find donors and supporters that are patriotic to learn about Folds of Honor, to go pay it forward and help these military families. I could talk for hours, and I've got hours, but I want to be quiet a little bit. Let Rachel chime in if I've missed anything.
So you pretty much nailed it, but I am the regional director out here in Arizona and Phoenix. We do a lot out here locally, which is great. Our chapters are across the country now, and just a way to reach deep into the communities and help local families, which is exciting. I'm from Arizona, so it's great to work for Folds of Honor in my backyard and help families out here.
John mentioned he Roadstar and all you guys support Folds of Honor because you're patriotic and you appreciate the sacrifices that people make for our country so we can enjoy our lives. But he also mentioned efficiency of Folds of Honor. We're very proud of our, what we do and how we do it. And if anyone ever questions, because everybody always asks, well, what's this and how efficient are they and are they doing the right thing with our money? You can go to Charity Navigator or you go to GuideStar, and you'll see the Folds of Honor is ranked in the top 98 to 99 percentile of all charities across the country. And our average give back, it's very close every year, but let's say the last 5 years we've given back about 80%. 86% of every donation goes back into scholarship programs. Last year, we're just reviewing our 990. We haven't shared it with anybody, but last year the efficiency was a little bit different. It was 90.6 cents of every dollar went back into scholarship. So we're very proud of it, and we're proud that people acknowledge it, and we're going to continue to honor that with your money and pay it forward the right way, so you know where your dollars are going directly into scholarship programs. Riley, are we doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a question from one of our drivers, though. He wants to know, what else can he do for Folds of Honor besides having the decal on his truck?
Oh, yeah. Well, so there's a lot. One, he can donate. They can donate. foldsofhonor.org. You can go online. We have a group right now, a special group of people we call Wingmen. And this is people who give a minimum of $13 a month to Folds of Honor, and we send it into our scholarship campaign. 13 is a special number for us. People always ask, why 13? That's a little, scary. Why are you using the word 13? To us, it's a very special number. And I'm wearing a Folds of Honor t-shirt right now. You can buy merchandise on our website too, and all that money goes back into scholarship programs. But 13 is very special. That's how many folds bring the American flag to its triangle shape. That's the reason for $13 and becoming a Wingman. The other things that they can do is, and this is kind of dangerous to say, especially for people who are driving, but you got to park and be at home and relax. And you can buy Budweiser and drink Budweiser. We have a program right out now that if you buy the Discovery Reserve, we get money for every case equivalent of beer sold across the country. You can shop at Quick Trips. They're not everywhere, but they're in a lot of places. And sales of products at Quick Trip support Folds of Honor, Rite Aid pharmacies. But just continue to be a Wingman and spreading the word about it. We're still growing. We have a lot of people that need help. We believe we're in our infancy with decades and decades of growth and helping military families that need it. And we like people to wear the t-shirt, do the flag, donate online, put the decal on the windshield, and support people that support us.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to point out is that, the money raised in Arizona stays in Arizona, right? Is that true for each chapter? What does your outreach look like?
Yeah, it's unique. All the chapters, and Kevin Cummings and Tim Greer and Rachael help lead our chapter here in Arizona, and they have to sign a lot of paperwork that protects the brand and the efficiencies at which we operate, and we do our best that the money raised in Arizona or any chapter stays in the state if we have the applicants to support it. And the Folds of Honor is spread across America, so we have recipients that need help all over the place. But yeah, we're fulfilling that need of all the chapters. Sometimes the chapters outpace the amount of applicants. In that case, we take their money and help other people across the country. And sometimes we have more applicants in the state than they raise.
Oh, wow.
So other chapters and the organization will step in and help them. So it's a teamwork that makes everything go for us. But yeah, there's a provision that says the amount of money raised in the chapter will go first right to support the people that live there.
That's awesome.
A localized effort.
Yeah. Are you guys looking to expand more chapters, or
Oh,
you
man.
feel good? How do you get started with
We
that?
are, yeah. Again, we believe that there is a lot of people that need assistance, and we are strategically working on growth of the organization internally. And growing across the country is one of our top 2 priorities, and finding new chapters. It's not just as easy as going in and putting up a flag. Kevin and Tim and even you guys work very hard. Rachel works very hard. So when we go to grow, which we look for new events, new golf courses and golf pros, new corporate sponsors, and we look for champions. And most of them are volunteers that do this, and it's almost a full-time job. They can all attest to it, that it's a lot of work. So it's not just as easy as putting a flag in the ground. But yeah, we have plans of putting chapters in, let's say in the next 8 to 12 months. another 6 states.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
I know, yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and then that includes locating the volunteers, setting up 2 or 3 events per year to sustain it, and then once they get to a certain phase, then we bring in a resource and a colleague to help everybody stay on track.
That's amazing.
Like Rachel.
I just want to point out that this is really special for our drivers because a lot of them are veterans.
Oh, man.
And we haul military freight.
Yeah.
So we get feedback all the time of them saying how thankful they are that, we can partner with you guys. So I just want you to know that they see your effort and they're really appreciative to be a part of this.
Yeah, well, we are honored to do that. We're honored to do it for the recipients we help, and we're also honored to do it and for the engagement of our corporate sponsors and individual donors, our board, our staff, and we have a lot of people that we are accountable for, and we're grateful for that. And it's unbelievable when teams get engaged and rally around a cause like this, and it's a nice. It's more than just work.
Yeah.
You're working for something, and we believe you're working to help military families through Folds of Honor.
Yeah. Well, if there's anything else you guys would like to add, go for it. If not,
Rachel wants to drive one of the trucks.
Yeah.
She wants to get trained in everything, and she wants to go on a
I don't know
tour
if you should trust me.
around area. For sure. But yeah, we're grateful. We're appreciative of everything you guys do nationally, locally, and we're going to be always here for you guys.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.